The violence in our city continues tonight, and law enforcement wants to encourage Hoosiers to help them, to call in with tips to help solve crimes.
Oftentimes that can be a challenge because many people want to remain anonymous. Karen Campbell joins us in studio tonight to talk more about this. What are you finding, Karen?
Well, we all know people who live and work in Indianapolis, you, me, us, you know, we want to live in a safer neighborhood, and of course we want the violence to stop. So I spoke with the director coordinator of Crime Stoppers of Central Indiana to find out the impact their nonprofit is having. Crime in Indianapolis.
They're oftentimes 16, 17 years old, and they're buying handguns. And unfortunately, that's how they're resolving a lot of conflict, is through violence.
From shooting deaths to stabbings to a murder during a robbery, Marion County prosecutor Ryan Mears announced charges against these 7 people in 5 different spring homicides. The cases were from March and April.
As crime picks up, so do the tips.
Daniel Rosenberg with Crime Stoppers says the community has stepped up to help law enforcement. The nonprofit tip line received nearly 600 calls in April, and they received 1,000 follow-up calls. It's unclear at this time if any of those tips led to those arrests.
The numbers are very steady. People have been concerned about what's going on in their city for a while.
Rosenberg says numbers could be higher. He wants the public to know this.
We're basically giving law enforcement a source of information that then they have to go out and verify. They can't just use it to go make arrests and get search warrants. The courts want them to be able to verify this is true and accurate information.
Information he hopes will lead to even more anonymous tipsters to help curb the violence. And that's what it really comes down to, the community being brave enough to step up and make that anonymous phone call to help solve these crimes. And Rosenberg, he did say that calls are higher today than they were 5-10 years ago. So they're definitely on the rise, but of course he wants them higher.
Yeah, all right. Thanks so much, Karen.